today, which I haven't done it in a long time, but Pinterest versus reality yoga poses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you from my iPad poses on Pinterest that I'm going to attempt to do. This doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be successful, but they're just going to be attempts and we'll see how they go. They all vary in challenge as far as from beginner to more difficult poses, which will probably be hilarious to watch me to attempt. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with this pose. So let's see how it goes. All right, so I need to get on my forehead. Let's see. Or no, I need to get it resting. I need to get it resting on my, okay, like this. Have one leg straight, one leg up in the air. So I'm not sure how close that was, but that was the attempt. So let's see what other poses I can find. Okay, so next we have this one. So this is going to require balance. We're going to see if I can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get into a forward fold position. Grab my leg for balance. All right, let's see. Definitely not as flexible as a person on Pinterest, but hey, it was an attempt. So let's go on and try another pose. Let's see what I can find on here. Okay, this one looks simple enough. So let's go ahead and see if I can do it in reality. So arms are straight, head is down, toes are like this. All right. So hopefully that looked somewhat close to that Pinterest pose. I can't really tell because I don't have a mirror and I don't have a way of looking at myself. So let's see another one. Okay, so next is going to be this one. So let's see if I can get it done. All right, so I'm going to start with my left leg bent. Let me move over. Right leg out. Right arm goes underneath. And left arm goes over. I'd say that's pretty good. So, hey, at least I got one. Or wait, no, she grabs for her foot. So let's see if I can grab for my foot. All right, not too bad. That was a little bit of an easier one, so I was cheating just a bit. All right, next one I'm going to try is this one. So let's see how it goes because I do not have my splits yet. So let's see, we're going to be in a pigeon pose. with my hand on my foot, sort of, bending the back leg, reaching back, and I cannot grab my foot, so that is an epic fail. All right, let's see some other ones. All right, so this is the next one. Trying to get it to where there's no, there we go. So let's see how this one goes. All right, so I'm going to start on my right leg. Going to put my right arm down, and I want to have this arm straight and this knee bent straight up overhead. So close-ish. Not exactly it, but close. Not too bad on that one. All right, let's find another one to do. All right, so we have this one next. Let's see how it goes. Whoops. All right, so we're going to have a straight arm, a side plank, like this. Straight arm, leg overhead, and falling back and not being flexible enough to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and attempt it on the other side. So nice and straight overhead. It's an attempt, kind of close, not really. Again, not flexible enough, which just shows you that when I take a break from yoga sometimes, you know, and not doing it enough, it definitely causes me to not be able to do some of these poses. But that's okay. This is all about an attempt. This is all about having fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try something that's a little bit similar. It's going to be a side plank. Let me try to get the reflection off. So side plank with a bind. So I'm going to do it backwards, just like in this Pinterest picture. So straight, this leg goes in front, and this goes behind. I cannot grab my foot, so that is an epic fail, but a good attempt. All right, let's see what else there is. All right, this one's going to be a bit of a cheat. Just a simple straight up lunge with my hands overhead. So coming into that low position, and then raising my hands up overhead, having nice wide hands. And I really like this because I'm getting a nice stretch right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other side. So keeping it nice and low, straight up overhead. And this pose is challenging. And it's something that I can definitely do. But it's a pretty basic move. So let's see what else is on my Pinterest board. Okay, so we have this one. Not sure if her hands are bound in the back, but we're going to see and make the attempt. So that's the foot straight out, this foot's kind of back, and then let's see, binding behind. So this one I can definitely do. I'm going to go ahead and try it on the other side. All right. So that's another one I got. My hands are bound behind. So that is an epic win. All right. Let's see what else there is. Okay, this one looks exceptionally hard. So let's see how this attempt is going to look. All right, so having the starting point be like this, let's see if I can keep my balance. Held it for a moment. All right, let's try it again. All right, so the attempt was there. I didn't really do it, but the attempt was made. All right. This one is going to be very challenging to attempt, but let's see if I can get it done. All right, so the hands are backwards, like this, right? Yes. Body nice and straight. Ah! Okay, let's see. Yeah, right. Nice attempt, though. So let's see what else there is that I can try. Okay. All right, we have this one. So we have a nice bind, and we have a lunge. So let's see. I'm going to go in for the lunge. Then I'm going to go ahead, bring these arms behind me. All right, awesome. So I was able to do it on this side. Let's see if I can do it on the other side. All right, I think that's a pretty good one. So, epic win on that one. Okay, so the next one we're going to try is this one. So it looks pretty challenging, so let's see if I can do it. So hands are like this. Let's see. I don't even know. Okay. And then if I could just get my weight up off the floor. So yeah, definitely don't have enough balance or strength for that one yet. All right, let's see what else there is. Okay, that's a video. All right, so trying something a little bit easier. Again, this is Pinterest versus reality. So this is the pose. So I'm going to sit with my legs spread, twist my arms over, and reach for each foot, grabbing on the outside. And that one I pretty much got, so that's good. All right, let me go to my let's see. All right. So let's see what else there is to try. That one's on the wall. I don't have a wall to do that off of. But let's see if I can do this one. So this one looks semi-difficult. So let's see. Okay, we're going to have chin on the mat. So that one felt close, but like I said, I couldn't see it, so I'm not sure. So let me try it on the other side. Felt close, but I'm probably sure that my leg wasn't straight up, just like it is on that pose. But I think good attempt. All right. Next one we're going to try is this one. And try to get the reflection out. So kind of like getting ready for a headstand. So interlacing my fingers, coming straight up, being on my toes. This feels really good on my toes. So hopefully my posture was straight enough for that to look at least a little bit close. All right, let's see what other ones I have. Okay, we have this one. This one looks like it's kind of easy, but it's really not going to be. So let's see, because the feet are in a bind. So getting my feet in the right way, leaning over to the right hand side, and then reaching over. All right, so that's kind of close. Let's try the other way. Reaching over. So that one's pretty close. Not exactly, but that one was pretty close. I'm going to say that one's a win. All right, here's another cheat. This one's probably going to be a little bit easy, but again, Pinterest versus reality. So that's this one. So I'm going to get into a tabletop position. And then reach. No, opposite. Okay. Right leg up. Woo! Straight up. So not exactly like the pose, but pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and try it on the other side. And all right, pretty close. Not exactly there, but close enough. I didn't feel that stretch in my quads, but close enough. All right, let's see what else I can find. Okay, we have this one. So this is a really difficult camel. So let's see how I can get this one done. All right, so coming back. Let's see. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so not mobile enough in my spine. I wasn't doing it right. I'm supposed to go like this. Okay, let me try it again. Okay, so I definitely need to work on the flexibility on my hips. And a way to do that is to do frog. So I'm going to go ahead and do frog, and then I'm going to try this again. So pushing my butt back, having my ankles underneath my knees, and getting these hips to open up. I never said I couldn't try more than once. And really staying in this position to really get those hips opened up. After this, I'm probably going to go into saddle, into a full saddle, and then from there, I'm going to reattempt the pose. Actually, I should probably also do a wheel. So that's 3 poses to try to get one down. So pushing my hips back to really get more of a stretch in this frog position. I'm going to hold it for a while so I can really get opened up. I probably should have warmed up before this, but I didn't. I'm doing this cold, so we'll see how this next attempt goes. But definitely staying in frog for a little bit so I can be able to get that pose down. Pushing back with my butt. Really opening up those hips. Ah! And I am feeling it open up. I am feeling that stretch. All right. Going ahead, coming into full saddle. Getting a nice stretch in the quads. Should probably open up my arms since that's the position I'm going to need them to be in. I'm really trying to slow down my breathing. All right, that feels pretty good. Now let me go ahead and get into wheel so I can get ready to try this pose again. And I'll show it to you one more time. Okay. So let me show it to you one more time. This is the pose I'm aiming for. So let's see if the poses that I just did are going to help me get to this positioning. All right, so very much like camel. Close, but no cigar. My hands were not able to go flat. That's okay, I made the attempt. All right. Let's go ahead and try this one. So this one's different from the one that I tried earlier because it's on the same side as opposed to having opposite sides. All right, so trying with my right leg. So definitely need to work on the flexibility in my quads. That's where I am having problems. I'm going to try it on the other side. And yeah, that's going to require even more flexibility in the back of my calves. So I have a lot of work to do if I really want to get these poses down. All right. We'll go to another side plank. So it's going to be this pose. This one I'm pretty sure I can do. So getting into side plank, straightening out my arm. So this one's pretty good. Let me go ahead and try it on the other side. All right, so again, this is an easier pose, but this one's definitely possible to get in a still and in a holding position. All right, let's see what other poses there are to try. All right, so there's this one. This one's going to be definitely difficult. But let's go ahead and have me try it anyways and see where it goes. All right, so I need my feet or my legs to be like this. Okay. So I'm getting kind of close, but I'm not exactly there. Try it one more time. Ugh. All right, so the attempt was there. It wasn't exactly on point, but it was kind of close. All right. Let's see what other poses there are to try. Let's try this one. All right, so this one we just have standing. Let's see if I am that flexible. All right, so having my feet nice and wide. Grabbing at my toes. So I don't exactly have the full range of motion that she does, which means that I need to work on my hamstrings and my calves. So definitely doing just yoga is not going to get you there. Using a massage gun, getting massages is also going to help tremendously. So I'm definitely going to try to hit that massage gun after this. And let's try just one more. So we're going to aim for this pose. Let's see. All right. So not exactly strong enough for that one either. And that's totally okay, right? Yoga is all about experimenting, trying new things, seeing where there is to improve. And obviously, I have a lot of places that I can improve on. So my goal is going to be to do yoga every day for the rest of the month and go from there and see if I'm going to be able to do any of the poses that I didn't master today and see if I can do them at the end of the month. So that's a pretty hard task to try, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And with the use of the massage gun, I'm also going to get a little bit looser, a little bit more flexible, and I also need to work on my strength so I can get stronger to be able to do these poses. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join as it is popping off on the other tiers. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Be well, stay wild as well.